invisible ink. My mask is temporary. I'm not sure when I'm supposed to take it off. I mean, I can, of course. I just don't know how. Just give me time. Maybe.
My mask is ever-changing. It is all the colors of the rainbow. Sometimes bright and beautiful, but also sad and gloomy. How am I supposed to explain to you what my mask looks like or how I feel if it's always changing?
My mask is pink, yellow, and orange, colors vibrant like the setting sun. It is a mask of happiness and fun, joy and love. I'm smiling and laughing, cheerful and carefree.
My mask is red, black, and blue. It is the mask of the most powerful colors. It is the mask of a hard shell. Try and break through. You can't, right? That's the point. My mask is always on. It's on when I'm awake. It's on when I'm
asleep.
It's on when I'm
with my family.
It's on when I'm
with my friends.
No matter where I am or what I'm doing,
I wear my mask.
My mask is clear and see-through like glass, but dark blue peeks through like the cold moon. But to be honest, I'm scared to see what's underneath.
my mask is gray with a tint of purple. It is slightly cracked, but it's beautiful. And I may not always like it, but I guess it's better than what's underneath. Because won't they care if I can't be who they want me to be?
I know I would.
You can say you're beautiful all you want, but I'll never believe you. You can say you're more than your mask until your lips go numb, but it won't make any difference. And you can say, just take it off, you do you, no one will care. But won't they?
To tell the truth, never mind.
To tell the truth, I'm happy. Or am I?
To tell the truth, I'm not always as happy as my mask makes me out to be. To tell the truth, I'm just here.
I'm not always okay.
I'm still figuring it out.
To tell the truth, I'm not what I want to be. To tell the truth, I don't even know what I want to be.
My problem is I don't like to feel any other emotion except happy. So when other emotions come to invade, I feel overwhelmed because I push them down deep, thinking they go away. Started at my toes. It was fine, I was fine, until those feelings arose. They reached my gut, I can handle it. They started throwing blows, punches that mentally hurt me, kicks that screwed with me emotionally. And there was no ointment or bandage that could make those scars heal. But this mask that society gave me. In a generic sense, it gave me comfort. Although more punches hit my gut, it was worth it. Because although this mask didn't heal, this mask hid my wounds. And the smile was real. I mean, it had to be because it was mine. It was mine, wasn't it? I mean, you see it just as well as I do, don't you? My body is slightly bruised, and over time, wounds do heal, but until then, this mask is sealed. And yes, I'm hurting. Hurting bad. Only by clinging to this reality, I'm denying the reality of my situation. But if you think about it, superheroes wear masks too, and even if I did take it off, who would really notice? Some girls feel best in the tiny dresses. Some girls, nothing but sweatpants, looking like a princess. Some girls kiss new lips every single night. They're staying out late cause they just celebrating life. You know, some days you feel so good in your skin, but it's okay if you wanna change the body that you made in. You look greatest when you feel like a damn queen. We're all just playing the game in a way that like. Most girls are smart and strong and beautiful. Most girls work hard, go far, we are unstoppable. Most girls are fight to make every day. No two are the same. I wanna be like most girls. I wanna be like most girls. I wanna be like I wanna be like Some girls like to keep their physique real private. Some girls wear jeans so tight and feel so right, yeah. Some girls every day search to keep the picture and sleep in the late cause they just celebrate life.
You know, some days gotta rock the fake face, that's not how I roll, but some girls do though.
Most girls are harnessed on your phone. Most girls are kind of robbery on something. Most girls are kind of every day. Don't you understand? I wanna be like, I wanna be like.
Everyone expects me to appreciate the things I have, to stop complaining. And if I'm sad, I have to have a reason, or else I just want attention. I have to be strong because it's in my bloodstream. I have to wear weave because my hair isn't as nice. I'm supposed to match my clothes. I'm expected to know this answer, but not at that age. I'm supposed to not know this answer, but to somehow find the answer by this time. I'm supposed to act a color, talk a color. I'm supposed to feel a certain way about a certain thing. I'm supposed to let people wear my shoes because if they don't, they'll never know the past that I've walked on. You don't know how impactful wanting something can be, how crazy it can make you. And then when you get what you want, sometimes you don't want it anymore. You pull the trigger on a gun facing towards you and you can't take that back. You can't start over and make a different choice because you don't like the choices you've made, but I can because I'm still living. But what if I said I don't want to? All because of you. All because I'm a walking facade. You know who I am more than I do because you created me this way, but I wasn't always like this. I was me once. Now I'm just. It's completely fine though. I can be whatever you want me to be because I'm so used to living my life for you that there's no more real in me. See, if I were gone, you'd probably just find another toy to break and cut off the hair and rip its clothes off and break its leg just to replace it with a toy that looks exactly the same. But fuck who I want to be, right? Because nobody can know the puppet more than its master. All I ever wanted to be was a real girl, but every day I wake up, I feel fake and hollow. So how could you possibly know who you want to be if this whole time you've been brainwashed?
Yeah, I just did it.
I love it!
Okay.
Every summer, guys, the same identity question. How am I supposed to explain what it means to be Jewish?
Jewish, the adjective of relating to or the characteristics of the Jews or Judaism.
Yeah, but I can't write that.
Why not?
No, but what is it like? It's a culture, it's a religion.
Judaism is tradition.
Tradition.
Yeah, tradition.
Judaism is Shabbos candles and family seders.
Okay.
It's blowing the shofar on Rosh Hashanah or sitting shiva when someone dies.
Judaism is building a sukkah, or at least trying to.
Every year. Judaism is tears of our ancestors.
The trauma of the past.
As we fled Egypt,
As we fed the pogroms in Russia, in Lithuania, in Poland, in Yemen, in Iraq.
as we fled the Nazis,
As we wandered time and time again, just looking for a place to call home.
Judaism is the strength of our mothers and fathers. What's that prayer we sing on Shabbat?
Oh, can I join me, friends?
they knew me, like Ephraim and Menashe, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah.
Yitzimcha Elohim Ephraim v'Menashe. Yitzimech Elohim Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, v'Leah.
May God bless you and guard you. May God show you favor and be gracious to you.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha.
May God show you kindness and grant you peace.
Isa Adonai Panabe Lecha, V'Asem
Shalom! Judaism is community.
which means that every time you walk down the street,
You run into someone you know, which you know I love.
which I hate, which can be beautiful, but also a bubble. Let's see. Judaism is rituals.
We are the warmth of the Hanukkah candles as they glow in the window for all to see.
It's the smiles and tears under the wedding canopy.
And come bar mitzvah time, it's a very, very full house.
Oh, which means lots of food.
Oh my goodness, Judaism has all kinds of good food.
Oh, latkes.
Matzo ball soup,
Bagels and lox.
hummus, challah, kugel, hamantaschen, hummus, falafel with hummus. Okay. Judaism is resiliency.
Which some people may call stubbornness.
That's right, we may be knocked down, but we will always get back up again.
We flourish in spite of those who hate us.
And in spite of everything, we're still here.
Yeah, guys, that's some of what it means.
You are a happy, smart, outgoing, privilege-fulfilled teenager. You will do and act as you are told. You will not stir the pot. You'll respect everyone around you, and they'll respect you too. You'll give them no reason not to. You'll go to school every day, do your homework on time, get straight A's, make good friends, make good choices. You will stay healthy, mentally and physically. Nobody likes a mess. You will keep a smile plastered on your face because there can't be anything wrong with you if you're always smiling. And God forbid anybody should see you cry. You will be happy, whether you like it or not, because you will not bring down those around you. And because being sad equals failing. And once you fail all the time, it becomes a never-ending cycle, a tailspin out of control to the point of no return. Kind of like this sentence. But sometimes I like to stir the pot, shake things up, go against type. Sometimes I want to scream at the top of my lungs, get it all out just to see if anybody's listening. Sometimes I like to be sarcastic and mean, say how I really feel but not worry about how it will affect anyone else. Sometimes I can't talk, can't think, can't breathe. Sometimes I don't care what other people think of me, but most of the time I do. Sometimes I'm happy and sometimes I'm sad, but most of the time I'm everything in between. Every shade of gray, and I can't explain it. I just am. Sometimes life sucks and I feel powerless. Sometimes I just want to be left alone with my thoughts, but sometimes that scares me. And sometimes these emotions get the better of me. I can't live up to the expectations held for myself by myself. And I freak out. And I lose control, and I don't know what to do. But I guess that's okay. Don't feel like putting makeup on my cheeks. Do what I wanna. Love every single part of my body, top to the bottom. I'm not a supermodel from a magazine. I'm okay with not being perfect, 'cause that's perfect to me. 'Cause that's perfect to me. 'Cause that's perfect to me. No matter where I go, everybody says that me too. And not into fancy clothes, I'm rocking baggy jeans. Get too close to comfort is what I need. So I eat my body weight in chocolate and ice cream.
Made a bad nails and don't think before I ask. Don't get any crowd and don't ever get honestly. I'm tired right now. I wish my lady were bigger than New York City. And I love the one I love, 'cause this love is gender free. Don't feel like putting makeup on my cheeks. Do what I wanna. Love
every single part of my body, top to the bottom. I'm not a supermodel from a magazine. I'm okay with not being perfect, 'cause that's perfect to me. 'Cause that's perfect to me. 'Cause that's perfect to me. Sometimes I wake up late and don't even brush my teeth. Oh, I do it too. Just want to stuff my face with leftover mac and cheese. You know I get depressed. Are you impressed with my honesty? Still I wear what I wanna, 'cause I'm cool with what's underneath. I wanna kiss someone that I'll never see again. I wanna go somewhere, go there with all my friends. I wanna take my family to go and see Eminem. 'Cause my sister's been in love with him since like we were 10. Don't feel like putting makeup on my cheeks. Do what I wanna. Love every single part of my body, top to the bottom. I'm not a supermodel from a magazine. I'm okay with not being perfect, 'cause that's perfect to me. Okay, 'cause that's perfect to me. That's perfect to me. That's perfect to me. That's perfect to me.
Skin just like burn. The best thing It's time for Step It Up, the segment where we acknowledge life struggles with a twist. Anytime you hear the word step, complete the direction as it applies to you. But listen closely. If I do not say step, do nothing. Alright? Here we go. Step forward if you think too much. Sit on the floor if you are a girl.
Wait, he didn't say step.
Step back if you've been called a name you didn't like. Step forward if you feel like you have to change yourself to please others and or to fit into today's society. Jump up and down however many times feels good. Step forward if you feel completely confident in yourself. Slide to the left if you have 2 feet. Step back if you feel pressure from social media. Spin around in circles until you get just the slightest bit dizzy. Step forward if you're okay with where you are in life right now. Step forward if you like what you see in the mirror. Step back if you feel like you'll never meet the expectations of others. Step back if you feel like no matter what you look like or what you believe in, you'll never belong. Step back if you feel like people see you for who you truly are.
I don't know who I am anymore. I always hear others say who I am or who I'm supposed to be. People presume so much about me that I'm scared their expectations will become my reality. I'm over staying quiet and being polite. I want to speak up about my story. I want to be heard, but I'm also scared. What will they think of me? I love the support we have for one another. Yes, we fight, but when we're not, we make sure each other doesn't trip in the crack in the path.
One of the differences between race and religion is I can choose to disassociate in a way that you can't. No one can look at me and say she's Jewish, but they can look at her and say she's black. I'm still questioning how this disassociation leads to my own experience of privilege.
Sometimes our own community is the biggest threat against itself because we let others define who we are. So much that it becomes real. I do see the good, most times.
I feel like anti-Semitism never hit me until Tree of Life. I had so many connections to it. My mom's office was in that building. I was talking to Cecil and David the week before, and I went to Minyan with some of the people that died.
I often struggle with being who I want to be and who I am to the rest of the world. The battle feels never ending. I should feel free to be me, but I don't. I hate that we have been pushed into such a shell and forgotten, that we have to fight to survive, that we've been given no other choice. I hate that I have to worry about every African-American man as they step out the doors.
One of the challenges of my community is not knowing where everyone belongs. The varying levels of observance and feelings of superiority can make those who are unsure of or on the path of finding their identities feel less than. The way I see Judaism as a big jigsaw puzzle of differences isn't always shared by others.
I used to always raise my hand with this stuff, but now my brain goes dead. Because I'm tired of talking about the same things over and over again. They say talking about it will make it change. But I haven't seen it change yet. I'm just waiting. We thought things had changed. We are tired of waiting for things to change.
source of so much laughter. At 15 when it all broke off, 16 when it went all natural. Something clicked in and I knew I went or did what I had to do. Cause it was time to change my life, become the woman that I am inside. Big shop, now my locks are gone. Looked in the mirror for the first time and saw that hair. I am not my hair, I am not the skin, I am not your expectations, no, no. Hey, I am not my hair, I am not the skin, I am the soul that lives within.
Oh, she did it.
Girl, they got trying to get good hair means curls and waves. Bad hair means you look like a slave. At the turn of the century, it's time for us to redefine who we be. You can shake it off like South African beauty, or get it in a lock like Bob Marley. You can rock it straight like Oprah Winfrey. If it's not what's on your head, it's underneath and say, hey, I am not my hair, I am not the skin, I am not your expectations, no, no. Hey, I am not my hair, I am not the skin, I am the soul that lives with. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's the way I wear my hair, make me a better person. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's the way I wear my hair, make me a better friend. No, whoa, whoa. It's the way I wear my hair, determine my integrity. I am expressing my creativity. Breast cancer and chemotherapy took away her crown and glory. She promised God that she wasn't survive, she would enjoy every day of her life. On national television, her diamond eyes are sparkling, bald head like the full moon shining, singing out to the whole wide world like, hey, I am not my hair, I am not the skin, I am not your expectations, no, no. Hey, I am not my hair, I am not the skin, I am the soul that lives within. I am not my hair, I am not the skin, I am not your expectations, no, no. Hey, I am not my hair, I am not the skin, I am the soul that lives within. And if I want to shake the clothes, or if I want to rap locks, I take a bit away. And if I want to wear braided all down my back, I don't see what's wrong with that. Let's go. Get your back.
We've been traveling from state to state, and now don't understand what they say. 3,000 years with no place to be. The one pastor in the government can hurt. Don't you see?
Hey, can I sit?
Sure.
Thanks. Beautiful day.
Sure is.
Wow, you seem like such a nice person to talk to. If you don't mind me spilling my tea, but I just feel so out of place.
What's bothering you?
Well, since you asked, apparently I'm not Jewish enough. I was told by my friends, people that I trusted, that I'm their little Christian girl. Just because I have blonde hair or blue eyes or my dad isn't Jewish doesn't mean I'm any less Jewish than them. Just because we have different experiences doesn't mean they can exclude me. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent here, but have you ever felt that way?
Actually, I feel that. Life is rough when you feel you don't belong. I've always struggled to be black enough.
I'm not what's expected of the stereotypical black girl. I don't say much. I'm not as rude or as angry as some would prefer me to be. And don't even get me started about the way that I talk. Anyway, because of all these things, I've never felt that I was enough.
It's like the most important part of me is being stripped away.
I never know if I'm too little or too much.
How can I be who they want me to be?
When I don't speak up, I'm too quiet. But when I do, they shut me up and push me away.
Even on the highest ladder, I still can't reach who they want me to be.
It's like both you and me are in a game of tug of war with our identity.
Being pulled from side to side but restricted from both lines.
I don't know where I belong. Why can't you accept me for me?
Why do you have to put a label on me?
Why can't you just let me be?
When will I be free?
No more apologies or kissing up to who you want us to be. We live out our lives just like you.
We are our own people and they do not get to define if we are enough.
Forget this. You're gonna hear what I have to say. Even if you don't listen, you don't have to free me. I found the key. Unlock, release, and hear my chains fall. Nora, let me come in. Doors are fastened and the windows pinned. Keep your hand on that plow and hold on. Nora said you done lost your track. Can't plow straight and keep looking back. Keep your head on that plow and hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your head on that plow and hold on.
your hand on that cloud and hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on. Hold on. Keep your hand on that cloud and hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your hand on that cloud. Keep your hand on that cloud. Keep your hand on that cloud and
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Every day is so wonderful, and suddenly it's hard to breathe. Now and then I get insecure from all the pain. I'm so ashamed. I am beautiful, no matter what they say. Words cannot bring me down. I am beautiful in every single way. Yes, words cannot bring me down. No, no. So don't you bring me down today.
Yeah, baby. Talk your shit. How you going, Brady? It's tired of #1. You know I used to beat that block. Now I beats the block.
I'm known to walk alone when I'm alone for a reason. Sending you a drink and a piece. Believe me, come on, this won't be easy. Don't doubt yourself, trust me, you need me. This ain't a shoulder with a chip or an ego. But you think they all mad at me? You need a real woman in your life. Good, taking care, wanna stay alive. And I'ma help you build a real town. Good, better get a hood, no believe me. Now you're in the big meetings telling me it's good. Take me just to compliment the deal. And anything that comes from me. Let me upgrade, bottom of the page. Switching legs out of my legs. Upgrade, upgrade. Let me upgrade, introduce you to some new things. Upgrade, let me upgrade. Everywhere I'm turning, nothing seems complete. I stand up and I'm searching for the better part of me. I hang my head from sorrow so much. Stay humanity. Wearing on my shoulders
find strength in me. Cause I am superwoman. Yes, I am. Yes, she is. Still one of my best, still one of the best, feeling it so much. Oh yes, I'm a superwoman. When I'm breaking down and I can't be found, 'cause I start to get weak. 'Cause no one knows me underneath this coat. I can't fly. We can fly.
All right, we're back for round 2 of Step It Up. Remember, anytime you hear the word step, complete the direction as it applies to you. This round may be a bit more challenging. All right, here we go. Step forward if either of your parents graduated from college. Step back if you have visible or invisible disabilities. Step forward if you study the culture or history of your ancestors in elementary school. Step forward if you live with both of your parents. Step back if you were raised in an area where there was prostitution, drugs, or other illegal activity. Step back if you have ever been stopped or questioned by the police. Step forward if you attend or have ever attended private school. Step back if your ancestors fled to America due to horrific or violent religious persecution. Step back if your ancestors came to America chained on slave ships. Step back if your ancestors were forced to leave their home. Step forward if your family owns a car. Step back if you have ever felt targeted in school due to your race, religion, or ethnicity. Step forward if your parents own your house. Step forward if you have health insurance. Step forward if you feel like you can hide your identity. Step back if you think the term stronger than hate doesn't apply to your community. Step forward if you have ever spoken up when witnessing someone else being picked on or targeted. Step back if you are afraid of someone you love getting shot. Step back if someone close to you has ever been in jail. Step forward if, regardless of your setbacks or opportunities, you are proud of who you are and where you come from.
When you're talking to a kid, you have to break things down. You don't want to confuse them or give them cause to frown. It's a good thing they only ask the simple questions. Okay, I'm sorry. I have a confession. I wanted to come here, lay out the facts, dig deep, get the meaning, fix what's broken, what's cracked. But the truth is, I have questions too. One's about how the world perceives me versus you.
What does it mean that as I walk down the street, the only thing I'm scared of is some horny guys I may meet? I'm not afraid I'll be reported, stopped, scanned, or searched, and when the cops drive by, I hardly ever fear the worst. How's it fair that outside my room at night, the scariest thing I'll see is the eerie moonlight? Meanwhile, a few minutes down the road, people are dying. Dying because of what? Their zip code? When I write my name out on a form, they won't jump to conclusions. They think I fit the norm. So how can I stand here and say all these things? Is a bird still a bird if you clip off her wings? Who said it's okay, normal even, for us to live behind masks with nothing to believe in? They say separate but equal, but is that really fair? Why is all we're taught only how to compare? So maybe you only see this as a silly child's rhyme. But I hope that someday, eventually, with time, you'll learn to think deeper than what you've been taught, because no one likes being seen as someone they're not.
Because your expectations were worth nothing. You wanted my future to be damaged, broken, and bruised because that's what you expected dust to do. You gave me dust, and I made a penny. Daddy always said knowledge don't cost much until you make it. I never really had the money and luxury to learn, but I did have brains. That penny wasn't that far from a dime. A dime was pretty close to a quarter, and a quarter was just 4 steps away from becoming a dollar. When you gave me dust, you expected me to flow in the wind like all the other dirt particles. But your dust gave me $1. And that was just the beginning of my bank account.
Can you help me with this problem?
Sure.
Thanks. You're so much better at this than I am.
No problem. Let me see. Okay, so you want to get the numbers on one side, then the variable
Wow.
on the other, then you want to...
Would you look at that?
What's so funny?
Nothing. You're just really smart. We're a black girl.
Whoa. Wow, you're really aggressive for a Jewish girl.
And I thought black people were supposed to be loud. Can you speak up?
I thought they taught you in Hebrew school to be respectful, but here we are.
I'm really just trying to pass algebra too.
I thought they gave you people the resources to be educated, but you're as ignorant as they come.
Oh, ignorance? You're one to talk. You don't know anything about me. My life hasn't been all easy, you know.
Sure I do. You're the perfect little Jewish girl who's had everything handed to her. Family probably scammed everyone in the city to get that big house of yours up on Squirrel Hill where everything is served on a silver platter. You wouldn't know how to work if this slapped you in the face.
I know you wanted to fight me. Typical mad black woman, always trying to blame the man for her problems.
Speaking of problems, I still can't find X.
Problems? You don't want these problems, and you don't want me to call the cops.
Guys, calm down.
Look at you, scheming. That's all you Jewish people do.
You know what?
What?
Enough! Sit down, both of you.
I'm not saying better.
Since this equation clearly isn't getting solved, I might as well focus on solving this one. Haley, did you really have to throw every stereotype at Kat like that? This girl had to fight tooth and nail to get into gifted programs. Teachers kept overlooking her, saying maybe she was smart enough but wasn't a good fit. Meanwhile, letting any white student whose parent complains waltz right into the gifted classes.
Now,
On the first day of school, I literally watched 2 teachers ask her if she was lost.
Now in those classes, I set the curve. Period. Hey.
Hang on a minute, Kat. Did you know that I'm Jewish too? Our Judaism may not be as obvious as your blackness, but it's still a very important part of our identity. That's pretty hurtful. Just because you have the biggest house doesn't mean that the largest anti-Semitic anti-Semitic attack in all of U.S. history didn't just happen less than 2 blocks away from where I live.
Yeah, and last week, I found a swastika painted on my locker in Squirrel Hill.
Haley, you're crazy rich. Kat, you're hella smart, but you can't hide behind that forever. Your stories, they're way deeper than that. Nobody lives a struggle-free life.
Regrets collect like old friends, here to relive your darkest moments. I can see no way, when all of the ghouls come out to play.
Every demon wants a pound of flesh, but I like to keep some things to myself. I like to keep my issues strong. It's always darkest before the dawn. I've been a fool and I've been blind. I can never leave the past behind. I can see no way, I can see no way. I'm always dragging that horse around. Our love is past in such a mournful sound. Tonight I'm gonna bury that horse in the ground. 'Cause I like to keep my issues strong. And it's always darkest before the dawn. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Whoa, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Whoa, and it's hard to dance with the devil on your back, so shake off. Whoa, and it's hard to dance with the devil on your back.
And given half the chance, would I take any of it back?
Kind romance, but it's left me so undone. It's always darkest before the dawn. Looking for heaven, found the devil in me. Looking for heaven, found the devil in me. But what the hell? I'm gonna let it happen to me. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Whoa, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Whoa, and it's hard to dance with the devil on your back, so shake off. Whoa, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Whoa, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Whoa, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out.
Nobody has a monopoly on pain.
My mom came from an immigrant family. They had many mixed Jewish traditions, from Orthodoxy to Reform to even some Buddhist principles in there as well. My great-grandparents spoke mostly Yiddish and had the typical Eastern European attitude of working hard for your family to make a living. And keeping Shabbat was a priority. When my mom was 6 years old, she moved to a small town in Ohio with only 30 Jewish families in 3 surrounding counties. Most people there had never met anyone Jewish before, and this gave them the perfect opportunity to discriminate. When my mom was little, she would have pennies thrown at her head and literally would be asked where her horns and tail were. This type of anti-Semitism made my mom's connection to Judaism even stronger. She made the decision to work and live in a Jewish neighborhood so her children would know what it felt like to belong. She wanted us to know what it felt like to belong in a Jewish community and never, ever have to hide that fact.
I tried breathing in fresh air, but really, where can you find some these days? It hurts to know that I'm slowly decaying, stepping over rocks and stones, thinking of how to feel a different way. Shekinah, why don't you smile? You're so pretty when you do. I say I'm not sure I believe it. They say the mirror is the proof. But when I look in the mirror, I see me alone, even when I'm surrounded by people. I guess I need help because my lack of confidence is lethal. My mind is far beyond scrambled. It's never arranged quite right, and I can't help it, especially when it takes over at night. When I'm staring at the ceilings, looking for God in them, not sure what to ask for, but I know what I need is beyond wishing. I find it hard to breathe sometimes, and I don't know why. What is taking over my mind to make me feel like the bad guy, like I can't cry, like I can't be weak, like I can't be sad, but I can be full of anger. Trying to get rid of the anger is harder than you think. I try to put it in my own words, but I need an ear to listen. But that is hard to find because this is a world where degrees and PhDs override the mood of poetry. I'm hoping I won't always feel this way. I dream of a world like the ones I see in my favorite TV shows as a kid. The ones where the sun always shines and there's a bunch of pillows and teddy bears on your bed. But I know reality will never be that way. I look up and I ask my fallen ones for a sign in the right direction. But I hear nothing in return no matter how hard I listen. Give me a damn break! What do you want from me? What do I want from me?
Understand.
Excuse me, what's the problem? You gonna let us in?
None of you can come through. But we have tickets and everything.
Of course. Excuse me. Here's my ID.
What's going on?
You telling us we wasted our money? We getting in this club? No cap!
If you are darker than the paper bag, you shall not pass.
You can't be serious.
Rule number 2. If you are lighter than the paper bag, you shall not pass.
How exactly is anyone supposed to get in that? Yeah, that doesn't matter.
How you just won't colorize us like that?
This is discrimination to the hilt. You better have a really good reason, buddy, or a really good lawyer.
Since the birth of our nation, America has separated its people by enslaving those of African descent and then, to further cause dissension among the oppressed, slave owners intentionally separated enslaved people by skin tone. We know if you were dark, you were forced to work in the fields. If you were lighter, you were forced to work in the house. Either way, you weren't free.
Okay, thanks for the history lesson, but it's 2019. What does that do to the club?
Centuries of this have led to the policy of this club today. We know that lighter people are uptight, calm, pretentious, and basically too bougie for this here club. And we need a lit party on the other hand. Dark people are obnoxious, loud, aggressive, and basically too ratchet for this club. As we should not tolerate.
You know me! You go right. This is some bullshit!
Thank you for proving my point. You know me about darker than this paper bag, which means you are loud and aggressive.
Now wait a minute.
This is ridiculous. We spent money for this night. I'd like to speak to your manager.
Guys, this is stupid. We're not light enough, we're not dark enough, we're never gonna get in. Let's just go.
Yeah. No, wait. Every one of us deserves to be here. And you? What about you?
Who, me?
Yeah, you guard this club, right? So busy saying who doesn't and doesn't belong. But have you ever been inside?
No. But does that matter?
You want to know why you was never allowed in the club?
Because I'm supposed to guard the entrance.
Because you're not allowed in either.
The same rules should apply to you.
Answer me
get to the club.
Music in my head! What the hell is that even mean? You saying this ain't even real?
It's your skin, bitch.
Are you kidding me? Clearly because it's the only thing you see. What kind of people are in that club?
I'm afraid that's also none of your business.
The judgmental kind, the kind that can't see past skin tone.
Okay, that's enough. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask me.
Yeah, we're this is preposterous. I'd like to give you a piece of mind. Or write a strongly worded letter. What's your bad comfort? And don't make me talk back to God. I said, take it to God.
Finally, somebody got it. Next.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Yellow lie, lie, lie. 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 Are you there, God? It's me, Elena. No, really, are you there? Send me a sign. I'll take anything. Anything to show me you're listening. Please. What the hell am I supposed to be, God? Tell me, I need answers. There are some days when the sun peeks through the trees, making everything glow, and I think that glow could be a glimmer of you. But then there are those days where the cold is so bitter that it twists my insides into one big knot, and that glimmer, that little bit of hope fades, replaced by an overbearing dark cloud, and you're gone. How can I find you, God? Or am I wasting my time searching for some higher power world fixer that doesn't even exist? wind, a small breeze, anything. I want to believe. But I need that guidance, that map, that proof. Please, show me how.
Tragedy, noun, an event causing great suffering, destruction, and distress, such as a serious accident, crime, or natural catastrophe.
1 year ago, a man entered the Tree of Life synagogue with a mission to fill the world with more hate, a mission to hurt my people. This tragedy will forever affect the Jewish community near and far. It will forever be burned into our memories, and like a burn on skin, will bubble and fester and scar. The 11 lives lost were not the first, not the last, and will certainly never be forgotten.
Trauma, noun, a deeply distressing or disturbing experience. And Lord knows, we have all experienced trauma in one way or another. Guilt, noun, the act of having committed a specified or implied offense or crime.
Guilt, even messier and realer than tragedy and trauma combined. Guilt, aftermath of tragedy, friend of trauma. Guilt, when will it leave? Sometimes I wonder, does he feel guilty? That's stupid, of course he doesn't. Then why do I feel all the guilt? Well, I feel guilty that every time I enter a new space, the first thing I look for are the exits. I scout them out, needing to find a way out just in case. I feel guilty that when I enter a synagogue, a holy space, a safe space to pray, I get jumpy and need to plan my escape. Hell, I feel guilty for feeling guilty. I feel guilty for feeling anxious. After all, I wasn't there. It wasn't my congregation. I'm safe. My family's safe. And my friends are safe. Life goes on, I think.
Life, noun, this crazy, tragic, traumatic, guilt-racked, sad, frustrating, yet beautiful journey.
Pro tip. It goes on.
It goes on. Tradition, trauma, history, community, resiliency. We all have our struggles, and sometimes they are too heavy to carry.
But we are not alone, and we are not defined by our pain.
We are not defined by who the world wants us to be.
We are not defined by some perfect standard.
We are not defined by tragedy.
Our past is a part of us. We will walk with that every day.
Our stories are a part of us. We will keep telling them.
We will pass them on to our children, and they will do so to theirs.
We will pass them on to our children, and they will do so to theirs.
We will never stop telling them.
trunk too wide?
Are you mad that every time wind blows I lose a few leaves?
Are my broken branches in your way?
You can look at me. Maybe all you see is my delicate little blossoms.
You're too pretty to be sad.
Maybe all you see is that robust tree over there. Why can't
I look that way. When you see me, do you see only the times that I have fallen?
Or do you see all the times I've chosen to stand up?
Because you see my roots, they ground me.
My trunk supports me. My branches, they're a purchase for the weary.
I am a tree, and I will blossom in the face of any storm.